cover those angles. Try and get the batter thinking when sweeping. Now he changes position altogether. That short fine leg.
That's the line he needs to bowl on a regular basis. Hurried the batter into that shot, kept it tad low. Once again, the variations need to come into play. You want one of the bowls to just hold its line. If it's outside the line of the off stump, and carry on the slip, waiting, licking his lips.
Short leg gone to leg slip. And that field at 45, now just 10 meters in from the boundary line on the sweep. Trying to force the batter to do something different. Najmul Hossain Shanto at slip, it's interesting. His position, look how much behind or right behind the keeper. But thinking the way Mehdi Hasan Miraj bowls, if an edge comes, it goes very fine, he reckons. But for me, why so far behind the keeper?
That's another overdone. It's 56 without loss. Khalid Ahmed continuing from the other end. You're talking about the depth of the slip in the previous over. Slip, Najmul Hossain Shanto was very deep. Look at when Khalid is bowling. We saw a couple of instances when the ball managed to get the edge, fell a tad short. Obviously, the Liton Kumar Das dictates where the slip's coordinate is standing, by where he is standing.
Certainly, he's the king in this scenario. He wants them to creep in there, you see. I think you're a little too deep, he says. Sometimes you make those decisions. Staggered positions so that you figure out or you feel the edges are not going to carry. They're going to go squarer or finer. And you make that decision. You take that chance and get into those positions. You're not going to be able to move more often in the subcontinent. That's what happens. Because there's not a lot of pace and he dies. You get in so close, unless it's straight at you, very hard to grab. Now for the right-hander though, they go wider. There's no first slip. And it's the second slip. Second slip, third slip, and a gully is what they're going with.
And also the realization of the pace that the bowler is bowling with. As that ball evades the slip's cordon, they get a couple of runs. 135, 100 is about the pace that Khalid is bowling. So the keeper really needs to tell them it's not going to come on very quickly at you. It's going to die on you. Even there, I think a chance that yeah, he was a little annoyed that he couldn't hang on. But there again, the ball dying ever so slightly.
Should have been stopped though. Should not have been runs at all. Zakir Hassan, and that's the extra help that bowler needs in these trying conditions.
Yeah, raises the spirit of the bowler if there's a good bit of fielding. Can become a little depressing. You lose the balls which should have been stopped. Quick run taken with the closure of the face of the bat. Comfortably done.
But Najmul Hossain Shanto stands there for the spinner, and how you read it, your placement, Very, very different to the quicks. Just to Mehdi Hassan Miraj, who's an off spinner who brings the ball back into the right-hander. His leg was almost behind Lytton Das. We'll probably see that in the next over once again.
With the left-hander in position, there's a first slip, a second slip, and a gully now. Much straighter. Expecting the ball to hold its line, maybe go finer off the bat.
Really good. Really good bouncer. Now and again, test him out. Bangladesh's plan B should be to dry up the runs. Keep drying it up. Maybe the batter will look for runs. Maybe he'll make a mistake.
Well, one mistake he might have done was to keep the periscope up. When you duck under, you want to make sure the bat is not in the line of the trajectory of the ball. Just take your eye away and keep that bat up. Can become a little risky on occasions. Rights that nicely. Ends the over. 60 without loss.
Dean sells super motors with his super team. Test drives on a supersized runway
Tower receiving.
at supersonic speeds. And celebrates sales
Which one are you having?
with a really good brew.
Lovely. I'm just like a big kid. I'm driving a car that's worth well over £1 million. You're going to have to put them all away now, actually. The customer's not coming.
Such a wind-up merch.
Supercar Showroom starts Sunday 7th of April on Really. Can't wait. Stream now on Discovery Plus.
The Sri Lankan batting, Kusal Mendes, Angela Matthews, Dinesh Chandimal, all coming in after this. But the pair has really started off exceedingly well, the opening pair here.
A lot more to do. Mendes also short of runs, just as Madhushka is. Matthews and Chandimal, of course, had quiet test matches in Sylhet. But the previous test match against Afghanistan, both of them went on to get hundreds. So it's Madhushka and Mendes who really need to dig deep and give Sri Lanka that big score, in my opinion.
And Madhushka will be circumspect. He will try and milk the runs just like that. He'll have to ride that bit of luck. You need certain amount of luck in cricket. And he can thank that man there in picture for still being there in the middle.
We need a lot of luck in life, Shamim. Not only in cricket.
Absolutely. Sometimes they say you make your own luck.
How do you do that? I'd like to make myself some luck.
Keep on trying. Be positive. Have a nice approach to life. Be patient. Particularly in Test cricket. Backs away, can't find the gap he was looking for.
Follow in your footsteps.
Not quite sure about that. Big appeal, possibly going down leg.
Two noises as well for me. Yep. That ball go past Sylhet or Komila, he asks. Angle towards Komila.
.61 without loss. Madhushka and Karunaratne as an opening player in test matches. 11 innings, 650 runs. A decent average, 71.9 with 105 50s. They're doing well here. 61 so far. Have not really been bothered except for maybe a run-out opportunity and a dropped catch. Seems to be just playing both the spinners and the pace bowlers quite comfortably. No gremlins per se, no real help early on for the bowlers, particularly the spin bowlers. Too early in the test match for the wicket to be conducive to spin bowlers. But there was a bit early on for the pacers, hint of movement.
Now, Shamim, you saw those numbers of this partnership. Very, very good. It was just a year ago when Ireland visited Sri Lanka on their way after being here in Bangladesh. And that very first innings was 228-run partnership. Madhushka got the 200 in that game. 650 now. They've had 550-run partnerships since then. A lot of those runs was in that series. But that's my point of, okay, you need to be consistent on a regular basis, and it comes down to runs, isn't it, for a batsman?
It does indeed, yeah. But
That's the currency.
that's the currency. Yep, and the opening pair always sets the tone for the rest of the innings, don't they?
And if you score runs, the currency, then you get a lot of taka and rupees.
The thing that I have noticed from Madhushka is the manner in which he just shows the full face of the bat. Whenever, and he gets into line so very comfortably. Since that edge that was induced, he's come back very well, playing proper shots.
He's looking solid now. You're right. And finding his bearings, feeling comfortable and confident. That's what happens. There are moments where you need to capitalize on Khalid's speeds today. 135 has been the quickest. The moment you lose that moment as a bowler, it gets harder. And the batsman starts moving freely and feeling happier. When you're jittery, you've got to try and cash in.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity, I think, early on. If there was that wicket, the bowlers would have more spirit in them, or they'd be really coming in strongly and bowling faster. He's now bowling around the 132, 133 mark. Not the bite that's needed, the spark that's needed. Oh, that's a good delivery. Ah, good thing he knew where his off stump was.
Confidently left. But earlier in his innings, that line, he would have been very tentative. Mahmudul Hassan Joy was in the slips in the first test, started off this test as well. So in between, he would have done all the training in the slips, but he's banished. He's not there anymore.
Still the two slips and a gully in position, hoping for edge to be induced by Khalid. Bowling it straight, making it easier for the batter to just play it down the line, showing the full face of the bat. What about that timing as the ball went racing away to the boundary? 65 without loss.
Got something you're saving for? The NatWest app could help you get there quicker. Set a savings goal, track your spending, and automatically round up your spare change. Tomorrow begins today with NatWest, proud partner of Team GB.
Nothing in the wickets column so far. 4 bowlers used by Bangladesh. 4 maidens. Yep. Miraz will proceed from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. Slip and short leg.